Welcome back to Matchday Live. So that is 2-0 at half-time in our Champions League game this evening against Brugge. I'm Natalie Pike and I'm still joined in the studio by Richard Dunne and Andy Morrison. And hey, who needs a striker when you have a full-back that can hit a ball like that? João Cancelo getting our first goal in the game this evening, of course, followed up by a Riyad Mahrez penalty that he won. I always think it's weird when we say that he won. He was fouled and he was awarded the penalty, and then he scored the penalty with a beautiful strike into the bottom left-hand corner that the goalkeeper would have struggled to get, even if he'd have gone the right way. So we're going to have a quick chat with the gentlemen now and see what they thought of that first half. Andy, that was pretty dominant.
Yeah, it was. You know, we don't get carried away, but it's as good as we've been this season. I thought we were absolutely magnificent in that first half. The movement, the play. I mean, listen, we give Club Brugge credit because of the PSG result, and I'm not too sure where they're at because we were so good. We have so dominated that half of football and opened them up time and time again. A little bit more detail on the final pass at the final moment. It could be 4 or 5, but I can't remember as being as dominant as that. And I thought Phil Foden was absolutely magnificent.
Oh, he is. He's magical, that boy. Of course, we know that already, and we talk about it constantly on this programme about how good Phil Foden is, Richard. Of course, he had a couple of chances, hit the side netting, and then in the 29th minute, he puts through that unbelievable ball over the top that João Cancelo gets onto. Before we talk about the finish, how good was that ball from Phil Foden?
The pass is incredible. The movement to receive the ball, to find the space to be able to get on it in the first place, to take it on the correct foot, to be able to see the run and time the pass, and everything to be done so smoothly and so effortlessly is incredible. And I think for a period of maybe 5 or 6 minutes around that first goal, he started to do things where Bruges were like, oh no, he became the footballer that Andy said is a Ballon d'Or winner in the future. He was ahead of everybody on the field. He was fantastic to watch, and the pass for the goal is the icing on the cake for him in that first half. And I think when you look at City and you talk about the false nine role, not having a centre forward allows Man City to play football like they do, because the players are so fluid. Everyone can end up in a centre forward position, and on this occasion it ends up it's Cancelo, and he takes the goal like a veteran striker. It was amazing.
I know, I jokingly said in the pre-match show, do you think he should play left back, right back, midfield, or a striker? And of course, and he did. And tonight he scored the goal. And I jokingly sort of said to you there, Richard, we're not even questioning the fact that he is the player that is that high up the pitch. And in terms of the finish, it was a great finish.
It was just. It looked like it was easy for him. I think when you watch City play, and it's like there's nowhere. It doesn't seem like there's any difference from what they do on a training field to what they do on a match day. The routines and the movements are so well coordinated that it just flows so nicely. And like you say, why is the left back in that position? Well, because that's what they do. That's how Man City play, and there isn't a way that you can set up to defend against it. Because if I'm marking Andy and then the next thing he's on the other end of the pitch, well then, where am I supposed to go? So it's brilliant, and like Andy says, the performance is outstanding. And rather than look at it and try and analyse it and work out how they do it, it's just enjoy it, because it's fantastic to watch.
Yes, we really are enjoying it. We really are. In terms of the second goal, then, Andy, it was a penalty from Riyad Mahrez. I think it was pretty much a stonewall penalty that as you're ever going to see.
Yeah, they seem to create such a frenzy in the opposition in their defending. You know, you're not sure if he's behind me, where he is in relation to, because it's not normal movements that we coach and what we come up against normally. The movements are so on the blind side, in behind, down the side. So the midfield has just completely lost idea of where Mahrez is, and he just gets to the ball first of all, and it is a clear penalty. And you know, going back to the Cancelo goal, and it's the quality of a striker that they normally. There's something he does when he actually scores a goal. He takes his first touch with his chest. Now, if he goes to the ball immediately, then he'll get pushed over and he'll get bumped. But he takes his first touch, he bumps the defender which allows him then to go and toe poke it. And it's a magical moment. And Cancelo, you're thinking as a left back, and it's a natural instinct to him. He's just an exceptionally good footballer in so many areas. And there's things he's done out there tonight again. Like, we don't want to get too carried away, because I'm not sure about the opposition and their exact qualities, because we dominated the game so well. And the finish, Mahrez, the penalty is, we always hold our breath. I don't know why. And we're always, he should score. Manchester City players should score from a penalty, but we're always a little bit anxious. And I really feel that that's a game put to bed. And if we keep that standard, we keep the intensity and the focus going forward, it could be a really good night. It could be 3-4-5 tonight.
You're so right, we do. I think it's just inbred in us in Manchester City fans. It doesn't matter who was gonna step up there in what situation. We were all gonna go, oh no, we're so, I'd feel a bit nervous. And I actually hope that never goes away. I quite enjoy that as well. I want to have another quick word about Phil Foden there in terms of his best position. We sort of cooed about how well he played in the first half and the assist for the first goal as well. Kind of positionally, is he kind of finding now that this kind of central false nine type position, do you think that is him stamping down that is his best position now?
I think maybe even a little bit further back than being a false nine, more in the David Silva role and being that real number 10. I think he's been earmarked for that role for a while, and the reason why he hasn't taken on is because of the other responsibilities of that role outside of being creative. I think you have to work harder, you have to be part of a midfield structure as such, and when he's really young, he needs time to learn the game, he needs time to enjoy his game as well. And now he's progressed over the last couple of seasons into a situation where the manager trusts him to play that role, knowing that he will do what he's expected to do out of possession. And I think certain players, and certainly world-class footballers, get to the stage in their career where you can't hold them back anymore. You just have to let them go. And his performances now dictate that he starts for Man City, he starts for England, and he is the one that people look to and hope. If we're going to win today, it's going to be down to him. And that's how much he's come on over the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, he's so right. He commands a starting place now in any game where he's available, which is just a beautiful thing. Now we have some lovely stats from tonight's game as well that we can show you and share with you now. And a gorgeous shot of I'm going to say it's a slightly blue moon there, a lovely full blue moon overlooking our game tonight. So some stats you can see there: 65% of the possession for City there, 3 attempts on the target. 5 attempts overall. Can you see Brugge there? No attempts on target. So City just dominating there. I always like to look at the distances covered as well. That's really interesting. Oh my goodness, pass completion rate 89% for City. A solid set of stats there, Andy. You'd be happy with those? Yeah,
listen. It really just reinforces what we saw. And sometimes the stats, they can paint a false picture, but it doesn't. It's a totally dominant performance. And again, a little bit more guile, a little bit cleverer pass, a better weight of pass, and it could have been a couple more, because we got into some wonderful areas. Just before the goal, Foden came into that pocket again, got on the half turn, and the weight of the pass to actually pay Phil Foden in to play in down the left-hand side. I just thought I was really excited by the performance in the first half, as more than I have been in a long, long time. I thought it was a little bit, we got the job done on Saturday, but that's what Manchester City are about tonight. That was such a good first half.
I noticed there your man Rodri as well, 95% pass completion. I'll say your man Rodri for now because I know how much you like him. Richard, little word on Jack Grealish. What have you made of his performance in that first half?
I think he was unfortunate at the start of the game when he didn't get a foul, when he ran down and nearly got into the box, and he should have got a free kick for it. And I think it sort of knocked his confidence, because then you start to think, this ref thinks I'm diving, so if I go down again, even if it's a foul, I might not get it and I might get booked. And I think he just needs to... It's so difficult for him because of the ability that he's got. At Aston Villa or any other club, he stands out a million miles. But when you've got a team which is... Your midfield is Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne and Phil Foden, 3 of the best midfielders in world football. For Jack Grealish, the experience of being on the pitch and learning and watching them is as good as that. And I don't feel that he's at his top form at the moment, Grealish, but I think it can't not improve just because of what's around him.
Yeah, that excites me. He's not at his top form yet. When he does hit that, Andy, we're going to be seeing, another world-class player.
Yeah, there was moments there where you could see his quality, his weight of pass, his disguise. There was a passage of play where Bernardo Silva came inside and Walker went right, and the reverse pass and the timing of it was just fantastic. And Grealish has the ability to slow up play. But we're looking at Phil Foden, and almost Richard was saying maybe it would be a 10 role eventually for him. But I think it's a free role. It's the freedom to go where you want. And it almost feels like in that first half that Grealish, Mahrez, Silva and Foden have all got a free role to go where they want. And then obviously the detail then is in the turnover when it breaks down what your roles are wherever you find yourself on the pitch. But Bernardo Silva is finding himself on the right and Mahrez is drifting into the middle. Now that's so hard for a team to defend against that, because how far do I go with him before I pass him on? And then the information doesn't come across. It's not that normally that time, it's the next pass after that where he's now stood on his own, and the full-back who's let him drift inside will be stood back in the left-back position and not marking anyone. And it's so hard to play against. And, we'd like to think, as coaches and managers, we all want to play that way, but we don't. And again, it's testament to the manager. It's testament to the detail, the instructions he gives, and the belief he has in the players, and the belief the players have in him to go out and carry it out on the pitch.
I really, really enjoy the way you explain things, Andy. I always enjoy that. I'm sure everybody's at home much appreciate your excellent way of explaining things, but not so excellent at Cryptic City, though, Andy. Saying that, none of us are. We have absolutely no idea what the answer to the Cryptic City is for this week's game. So let's have another look at it now. If you know, send us in #ManCity. So you've got to put these pictures together, say what you see, and you will get a Manchester City current or former player. Actually, my problem with this is I look at things too literal. Like, I'm just seeing Jay-Z and Rod Stewart and then just getting a bit stumped. It could be he's wearing a green jacket. It could be green. It could be, the muscle man could be arms, could be headband. I have no arm in. Have we ever had a player called Armin? Oh, if you've just had a brainwave, don't say it.
I've got it.
Andy's got it.
How have you got that?
I've got it. That's just showed it to me.
Can you tell us?
Armin. I said Armin. There's something there. Armin. No, you can see my mind is trying to click over there, but no, Richard and I are still stumped, so we'll get Andy to try and give us some tips. You can still send us in your guesses, #ManCity, and also your WhatsApp questions as well, and we'll get the some WhatsApp questions to the gents at full time as well. Right, the players are coming back out now. Blues, if you are watching us on the app, you're in the right place to get the best commentary for today's game. If you're watching us on social media, switch over to your Manchester City app, which I know you will have all downloaded already, to get the best commentary of the game. Enjoy the second half of this absolutely beautiful, dominant game, and we'll be back at full time.
So City out for the second half, having been absolutely in control in the first half.